Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to another video. Here we are talking about why Manchester United signed Sene Lammens instead of Emiliano Martinez slash Emi Martinez slash Dibu Martinez. I'm your host, Qazi Adil. I have with me my wonderful co-host, the data analyst, Fardan Ahmed. Fardan,
Hello, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening?
are you happy that we signed a goalkeeper finally?
It's about bloody time, isn't it? Like it's been going on for so long. We need one. We need one. We went about it. Twitter, social media, the pundits, the mullahs, everybody kept on talking about it. But it's about, and we had to wait until the last day after losing to Grimsby and all these teams and everything. And then that's when Sir Jim Ratcliffe or whoever it was made the decision that, okay, let's buy him finally, from advanced talks to real talks.
Mm. So, who is Sene Lammens, Fardan? Apparently, he's a 23-year-old Belgian international, understudy to Courtois or other Belgium goalkeepers, and he comes from Royal Antwerp, the Belgium League. It's a club in Belgium league, and the fee that Manchester United paid is 21 million pounds. It's 18.1 ish million pounds and 4 million in add-ons. So now Manchester United have three goalkeepers. They have Sene Lammens, who's going to compete with Andre Onana and Altai India for
Are
the
you
number one
forgetting
jersey.
about Tom Heaton?
I consider him as a retired personnel behind the scene who only is there to just collect a paycheck and motivate the youngsters. There's something about Tom Hayden. No manager played him in that many, apart from one competitive game. No manager fancies him as a starting goalkeeper, even though they love to keep him around, and even though he becomes the best preseason goalkeeper for Manchester United. But
He's one heck of a preseason goalkeeper.
yes, but nobody considers him to play for Manchester United in a competitive game when the season starts.
For
So
sure.
so yeah, technically we have four goalkeepers. And Senne, Senne, isn't it? Senne Lammens.
Again, I might butcher the pronunciation. I think it's Sene Lammens, but since most Belgian names are French pronunciation, it might be Sene Lamont, so Lamont or something like that. But we're gonna
Wow.
call him Lammens because we are just Bangladeshis.
Yes. And we can never pronounce names properly, nor can anybody else pronounce our names properly. So
That's true.
it balances the book. All right. So hit me with the data, Fardan. Why
Okay.
Senne Lammens was picked by Manchester United to be the goalkeeper for the
So right
future
now
and for
he
the present.
Thank you. So right now he's at the age of 23, but we're gonna go when he was 22 years old, which was last season, which was the 24-25 season in the first division, like the Belgians call it, and he played for Royal Antwerp, and it's an exciting amount of data. No wonder the scouts went crazy. So he had a total of 174 saves in the 41 matches he has played for Royal Antwerp. Okay, 41 matches. He started 41 of them, 10 clean sheets. Clean sheets are not that much, but it's okay. But 4 out of 8 penalties. FOTMOP rates him at 7.27, a total of 174 saves in that 41 match, where I think it's superb. 77% save percentage. He prevented 15.6 goals. Like I said, penalties 4 out of 8. But how many errors did he did that led to goals, which we know Onana is very infamous for? There were 2 errors that led to goals out of all the other goals that he's faced. I think that's a fantastic data. His reach is very good. He claims the ball. He sweeps well. He swept 11 times, and I think sweeping is something our Man United keepers had a weakness for the past couple of seasons. So I think he's going to be an excellent addition to the team. In terms of pass accuracy, it's 71.6%, which I think is on the lower side. And the keeper's pass accuracy, for example, Vicario is a very good example. Ederson. So Vicario is notorious for having a very high pass accuracy, just like Nick Pope. So in that window, he's a little lower, 71.6%. But one more impressive stat is that he only had one yellow card. So all of these numbers are great, and he's an excellent shot stopper. So that's the data on Sene Lammens.
Shot stopper, right? So that's something that we have been lacking since David de Gea has left us. So you're talking comparing the data at 22 years old, right? When he's last season. Let's look at the data from 22 years old David de Gea. So approximately David de Gea is 34 right now. So 2012, 2013 season is going to be David de Gea's when he's 22 years old, right? So that data, if you dig back, that season, 2012, 2013, I think that's the last season Manchester United actually won the Premier League title,
Ooh.
if I'm not mistaken. So that's when De Gea made 28 appearances. He conceded 26 goals. He kept 11 clean sheets. He made 84 saves. So compared to Lamens, Lamens made more saves, right, than De Gea at that age. But he was also playing. He had Vidic Ferdinand in front of him with
Mm.
Patrice Evra. And at that time, there were no save percentages like they do it right now, but there were pass completion percentage 657 passes completed. That's 55%. Long passes completed was 457. That's 37%. De Gea was never known for playing out from the back, which technically Manchester United never did. And he was admired for his reflexes and shot stopping ability. Let's compare 2014 to 15. That's when the downfall started of Manchester United. He made 37 appearances, 36 goals conceded, still kept 10 clean sheets. The season before he kept 11, this one is 10. He made 93 saves in that season.
Oof.
He faced 4 penalties. He saved one of them out of the 4. And he didn't get a red card or a yellow card.
Wow.
In a nutshell, the total number of appearances David de Gea made for Manchester United was 415. He kept 147 clean sheets, and he made 1,157 saves in the Premier League.
Whoa.
This is Premier League data. So the Sene Lammens is being compared to a younger version of David de Gea. He's built a little different. He's I think 6'4". He's a little wider than David de Gea, but he has strong reflexes. His shot stopping ability is good. So these data is all handy, nice, cool. But I have seen some highlights of him, clips of him. He's a good shot stopper. He's got good reflexes, but command of the area, which is he comes out and grabs the ball, crosses, and all the stuff. But the similarities with De Gea is there also in the weakness point. I've seen him. He watches the ball. If you shoot past him, sometimes he just looks around like this to see the ball going back in the back of the net. So there's some David De Gea traits that are there. So I mean, definitely, if you to the naked eye, looks much better than what we have right now, Andre Onana and Mindier. But that being said, do you have? Let's just do something fun. Do you have the data of Andre Onana when he was 23 years old? Because that brought him to Ajax, or from Ajax to I think that
No,
brought him to Ajax.
he was in the Eredivisie at that time. This is 2018-2019 season. He was approximately at the age of 22. So 80 saves, and he had a full season, mind you. 80 saves, 74.8 save percentage, 27 goals conceded, 15 clean sheets. He only faced 2 penalties, but he saved one. So it's 1 out of 2 that he saved. 3 errors that led to goals. He swept 6 times. That means a sweeper, and he claimed 19 high balls. Pass accuracy was higher than Lamens, 75.7%, and 3 yellow cards, which is worse than Lamens. And long ball accuracy, that's irrelevant right now. But I think that it's very similar to Lamens, except that Lamens has more saves.
Then Onana, and Onana had more playing out from the back.
Yes.
So that gives you guys an idea of who we are getting. But again, these are all hypothetical, right? These are all in the data. Real test comes in when he's actually playing for Manchester United as a goalkeeper. Now let's touch base on the topic that why Manchester United went for Lamens instead of Emi Martinez. There has been talk in the last hours that Manchester United reached out to Aston Villa to sign Emi Martinez, and Martinez was also very eager. There have been rumors going around from earlier in the transfer window that Martinez wants to come to Manchester United. Manchester United are looking at Martinez, but they wanted only a loan option. Aston Villa rejected it. Then now, in the last hours, Manchester United actually was like, all right, this Lamens deal is taking a bit longer. It might not, we cannot wrap it up maybe within 21 million pounds. It might go to like 25 or 30 million pounds. Let's just look at if we can get Emi Martinez for 30 million or 25 million pounds. So they wanted to keep both the options open. And Aston Villa were apparently was like, okay, pay us 30 million pounds. We'll let him go. And then we want Jadon Sancho as well. So the initial idea was that they might get something out of Jadon Sancho, not a straight loan, but maybe a loan fee or a permanent transfer of Jadon Sancho.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get anything out of it. They just got a straight loan. Aston Villa will cover 80% of Sancho's wages. Manchester United are going to cover 20% of it. So then on top of it, Manchester United didn't want to pay 30 or 40 million pounds to get Emi Martinez. And his wages would have been higher than what they can offer Sene Lammens. So they went for the cheaper option.
So in terms of business, they did a better business transaction.
They did a better business transaction. We don't know if they did a better sporting transaction.
Makes sense.
Because also on the business point of view, if Emi Martinez comes to Manchester United, he brings the Premier League experience. He also brings the Argentinian fans with him. More merchandise sales, more shirt sales, more fan base. And he might, I was looking at a point of view like he might be like how Edwin van der Sar came at the age of 34, right? Martinez is not 34. He's probably 30 years old or 30, something like that. So he's not as young as Sene Lammens, but he brings the authority, the experience, Premier League experience. But Manchester United wanted a younger profile. So
do you think it was they took a page out of Manchester City's book and how they're starting James Trafford as a young goalkeeper instead of Ortega?
But I think Manchester City went the opposite route. Pep Guardiola likes a goalkeeper who can play with their feet, right? That plays out from the back. They're getting Donnarumma. So Donnarumma is not known for his passing ability. So building out from the back. And Manchester United are actually going to an extent for not an Onana type, like who just kicks the ball out for a throw-in, like plays out from the back. But Lamens is more like they're transitioning back. I think Manchester United are transitioning back to, okay, forget about playing out from the back. Let's just save the shots. So it's a shot stopper. And also I think Manchester City are going for that as well. So Donnarumma is also a shot stopper. Good reflex. So I think we are coming to an end of playing out from the back era, because sometimes it doesn't work. James Trafford also made a mistake not this against Brighton, but before that against Tottenham. So yeah, and also I want to say something further. Do you think we didn't sign a midfielder? Do you think since we signed a goalkeeper and Onana is still there, can we play Onana as a center mid? He has the physique. I don't know if he has the stamina. He can pass the ball around. He's useless as a goalkeeper, but as a center mid.
Again, very spicy stuff for Football Marshall, right? And we love to explore these spicy routes, right? I feel like we can try him, but not in the existing Ruben Amorim system. If it's a 4-3-3, 4-4-2 kind of setup, 4-4-1-1, I think he can come into the central midfield.
I think it never happened that a goalkeeper has been deployed as an outfield player. Has it ever happened in football?
No, I mean the thing that you mentioned a lot of valuable things when you bring in a young person. There's so many questions. So Manchester City went for a veteran goalkeeper, Donnarumma. You know, he played multiple matches for Italy, PSG, so on and so forth. But
Won the Champions League together
Champions
with
League
the
exactly. Thank you. But for Emiliano Martinez, he got me really excited. Like, yeah, I don't need the Argentinian fans per se, but they can come in, welcome on board. But we needed a Premier League proven goalkeeper. So Lamens has immense amount of pressure on him, I think.
Yes, and it's going to be very interesting to see how he deals with that pressure and how he copes with it. Well, I guess we'll see. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks, because after the international break, Manchester City is Manchester City versus Manchester United. So Lamens in goal, Donnarumma in goal. It's going to be Jaganaga stuff. We'll leave it at that. So, ladies and gents, we didn't actually ask you to subscribe before we threw out all the data, but we will ask you to subscribe to the channel now. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit this, give this video a thumbs up, because we shared something a little different than other videos that has not covered. So, yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.